Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome to Saturday the 17th of January. It's my mum's birthday, so I shall be heading over there later to say happy birthday to her. We are on 6:20 in the morning. It hasn't gone well so far. I think this is about take 6 or 7. I'm just kind of, rolling with it now. Welcome if you are brand new. It's really good to see you. I hope you subscribe, stick around, like, do all the things. Welcome back if you've been with me before and you're returning, and welcome to my very old stalwarts that have been with me since the very beginning. So where are we this week? Well, my man's been out. Well, he hasn't actually. He's been in the kitchen. Just his shorts on. Yeah, just his shorts on. And I'd like to say, I always knew he had his shorts on. However, this week's Justsewsherrie. It should be censored, okay? This needs to be, so this is grown-ups only. If you've got any kiddie uncles kicking about, yeah. So, I was getting myself all sorted for this and that and the other. And I looked out the window and my man is in the kitchen, but he's naked. Well, I can just say like down to about here. So he's got nothing on his chest. And he's doing this. And I'm going, sir, I mean, you're in your own home. And you're at the back of your own home, really, because it's in the kitchen, he's at the back. But even so, sir, I'm an old lady. You know, this ticker is getting a little bit on in age. It might just give out when it says very strange things like that. And then he moved, and oh God, say that, oh. He moved and yes, he had his shorts on, thank God. And he was holding like a cocktail shaker. It must be I think he's probably into protein shakes and stuff like that. And that's what he was doing. He was shaking his cocktail shaker. If I wasn't awake before, I was after that. Yeah, that was whew. Dear me. Yeah, I had to have a sit down. Yeah. I wouldn't care, I'd already put my blusher on. I didn't need to after that. Oh dear me. Yes, that's set me morning off. I mean, I'm not saying what I thought you might be doing. I'm just saying that that's what happened. That was my experience. Guys, that was my lived experience. So, yeah. So this week's Justsewsherrie has been usurped by what has just happened. So where are we? What kind of week have you had? Yeah, it's been all right. Could be better. Yeah, I hear you. We've got so much. It must be dust. I wouldn't care. I've cleaned it and everything, and I don't know why I've got so many like floaty bits kicking about. Where am I? What am I meant to be doing? Oh, that's right. I'm meant to be here doing cross stitch. Talking about cross stitch. So what have I got for you this week? Well, I haven't got any new starts, which I'm slightly disappointed with myself. I thought I had, because I was feeling quite chaotic this week. I couldn't quite, I was stitching, but I just wasn't settling. I never got that, and I know I talk about this a lot, but I never got that meditative stitch until last night. And I'll show you which project as well. But so yes, I just haven't been able to get in the zone. I've done stitching, but yeah. So although it could just be the days that I was at work, because it wasn't quite as brutal as last week, but it was still rough again. So yeah, it's this work. I think somebody got it wrong. I think they probably put a man in charge, and I think they got it wrong, because I think it was meant to be work for 2 days, have 5 days off to recover. I think that's the 5 and 2. I think they got them the wrong way around. And I would like to amend it and go back to the way it should have been. Anyway, so yeah, it could have just been work that I just couldn't settle, and then last night I was like, deflate. It was so I'm really, really grateful to get to Saturday, to be fair. So I haven't got any new starts, is what I was trying to say there. I have got a fully finish. I haven't got a finish either, but I'm closing in on one for one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whips. I also have jumped into the shopping thing. After my challenge of last year, if you weren't around, I challenged myself to only buy 3 things a month that I wanted. There were a few little exceptions along the way that didn't count. There was a few, but generally I was much more mindful about what I bought. So this year I was fine until I think it was last weekend, and I was just like, no, I need to go shopping. SHOPPING, we're shopping is exactly what we're doing. So I've got some gifts. And I've got some that haven't arrived yet as well. Yeah. Let's hope I'm a little bit... To be fair, I think... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the year goes. I was going to say, I think I'll be loads more mindful this year, but we'll see how it goes. So I said I've got fully finish and I've got some whips. So let's start with the fully finish. Here we are. We have got, and this is Ruthie Crow's Feet Stitching on Etsy. It is called something pincushion, but if you go on Ruthie's page you'll find it. Now I totally changed all the colours. I just did my own sweet thing. So I've done, can't even remember what I used. I think it was blue beadboard that I used for this sort of whitey, sort of, it looks white but very, very pale blue. I've just picked a green, and the red that I used, can't remember. It was a dark red that I used. So anyway, it's the first time I've stitched chenille on, and I followed I watched Helen Day's tutorial how to do it, and it was basically like couching. If any of you do sort of embroidery, so couching is where you've got like your flat and then you just come over in loops to keep it. So it was just like couching, I think. So and then a few weeks later I've actually, because I watched it a few weeks ago, and then I try to do this. Whether I have actually done it the same, I've just done it the way I thought would work. I've just couched it basically. And I did a centre snip finish in the back, and I then stitched it together so it's got quite a nice, it isn't like bulging out. And I've just cut. I was going to put some red, like felt, on there to match the red, but it just didn't look right. Yeah, I just didn't like the look of it. So I just chopped out another bit of this. It's such like a busy fabric that you can't even really tell. I mean, you can there, because I'm holding it there for you to have a look. But if you just pick it up, it's very... yeah. So I'm chuffed with that though. First time I've done chenille, and it worked smashing. And you don't even need chenille. You can get in like the pound shops, you get these balls of wool or yarn, and it's just, and literally obviously it's a pound because it's in the pound. Actually, to be fair, I don't think the pound shops do things for £1 anymore. I think the cost of living shut things up. I haven't been in one for a while, but I did get a couple of balls of wool, like chenille wool, and you can use that to make it looks exactly the same. So that's me fully finished. So let's move into whips. I feel like I'm a bit higher. I don't know what's going on here. Are you alright? I've just moved you a little bit. You got your balance? You alright? Good. Good. Right. Where are we? Let's start with a shepherd's year. So these are my monthly doings, and I'm going to check. I wanted to check one of my comments, and it was a lady called Mags McDowell 6805 said, I shall read it out. Are your sheep standing on woolly hats, Sherrie? I thought that's what they were anyway. You are absolutely right, Mags. They are hats. So I'll just show you. I thought they were little hills, but when I've looked through, I think Mags is right. I think they're hats. I think they're little woolly hats. What do you think? Are we going with hats or mountains? Little hills? I think they're hats. I think, Mags, I think you're right. I think they are a winter hat. And that would make sense because obviously a sheep produces wool, which then you can use to knit said hats. So this is me monthly doings for 2026. I've done quite a bit on him actually this week. Get me board out. Not that I really need it for this, but I'm going to try and be professional. So this is as far as I am. So when last you saw it, I had done the top, the green along here, and I'd done half of this green down here, and I'd done the sheep. So I've come back in, I've put these flowers around the top. You can see these snowflakes. Finished the doodah at the side. Started to put the little flower in. Started over here, and I've made a start on the hat. Now the hat, remember I was showing you last week, it was meant to be done with blue beadboard. But that just, you couldn't see it on the fabric I've chosen. So I'm using 36 count storm. So I think that's what I got. 2/2. And yes, I'm hating the 2/2 again. So, but never mind. And I've chosen 32 count for all of the rest of them. We will see. We will see if I go to one thread and just go for a much more primmy look, or whether I can stick with the two threads. So anyway, I changed the blues. It was meant to be blue beadboard, blue Beatrice and what's the other blue? Blue Suede, Weeks Dye Works. So I've changed them to blue Beatrice I've kept and is now my light blue. And I chose Cottage Garden Threads Blue Heaven as my medium blue. And then I've kept the dark blue. So they're going to be the 3 blues instead. Because it just wouldn't have shown up on that. I mean, it looks all right. It does look all right. It was these bits, I just couldn't get the green to lie still. I couldn't. Yes, it was moving all over the place. It wouldn't just sit still. Yeah, I couldn't get it to lie flat. But actually this little hat has stitched all right. And the sheep has stitched okay as well. I'm probably just moaning for moaning's sake. I don't even want to look out the window. I was just thinking, look out the window, because it's black outside. So the only thing I can see is the kitchen light from our friend, the man who doesn't wear clothes sometimes. Well, doesn't wear tops. I just no. I'm not going to go further into that. Not a hope. So where am I? Come on, Sherrie. Stay with the programme. Stay with the programme that you're meant to be doing. So this one is the one I am doing with the very gorgeous Sarah Stonehouse. And we are doing Blackbird monthlies. And there was quite a few comments in my last thingy that said, you're either doing it or you're going to start it. Now, so what we're doing is we're doing a smaller month, and eventually I don't know if that's the royal way or not, but are going to make them into books. So, but you can choose what you want. We happen to be doing the same this month. We're both doing this one, Mon Petite Examplair, in my bestest French accent. And it's from the Ooh La La Blackbird book. Book of Blackbirds. And I'm not a million miles off. This is the one I was talking about. I'm closing in on a finish. So it's just a small one. I am doing, and I'm classing this as me blessing sampler as well. I am using Classic Colourworks bandana and Palomino. Yes. For these, I haven't. They've got like silks. What have they got again? Silken colours, which to be fair I've never heard of, and Classic Colourworks silk. So I've just picked two woven dyes that I thought looked the same or very similar. Now I'm doing this on, I said last week I thought it might be like Sanditon by Swan Bay Fabrics. It's not. I don't think I've got light Sanditon, or I've had it. However, I think I'm half right. I think it's a Swan Bay, and I think this is one of the, it had OOAK on the tag, and when I first got it I was showing you and I was like, I don't know what this is meant to be. It's meant to be one of a kind. So she did some ones that didn't come out the way it was meant to, And this is one of those. It's one of the one-of-a-kinds. I did ask her, can you make more one-of-a-kinds, please? Because this is a really lovely, perfect exemplary colour. But, yes. So, that is what I'm doing. When you last saw it, I was up to... I think I was up to the Y. I'm pretty sure I was up to the Y. Or that might be... I'm getting confused because there's another one that I was up to the Y as well. But anyway, I've done quite a bit. I've done all the numbers. I've come down here, put the second colour in, done this bottom border, finished that border, done a little bit more on this one. So basically I've got one more row of letters and then to finish these two borders, and that will be done. So yes, if you are joining us, remember to tag me and Sarah, and I'll put the hashtag along here that you can use. It's a bit of a meaty hashtag, but it comes up dead quickly actually when you start typing it out. It comes up, so you don't actually have to type all of that out. So yes, you see my t-shirt, this is my second doings of the day, because I had me square neck one on earlier and I had lipstick on, so I tried to not wrap my lips around the thing so hard. Of course I dribbled, didn't I? Yeah, it's going to be a day. I can feel it in my bones. It's going to be a day. Right, what am I doing with this one? Plum Street, Winter Blessings. It's dead sweet, this. I did enjoy this one when I was stitching on it. Oh, hang on, my needle's all gone to... Because of course I've still got a working needle on it. Because of course it's mine. Oh, there we are. There we are. So I've done quite a bit more. All I had done was the start of the border the last time, so I've done a lot more of the border, and I've put this, the flower in. Oh, Fleur of Scotland. Oh! Yeah, so this is the one that I, half a border later, thought, it's not very tightly covering. And then realised it was 32 count and I was using one thread. I wasn't going to stop it. So I channeled me inner Sally, which is Flossy Sews and Grows. She always uses one thread on 32 count. So I'm channeling me inner Sally and we're going with it. I think it looks fine. No, I do it, and I mean, actually, even just from a short distance, it looks all right. But having said that, I need glasses, and I haven't got them on. Yeah. No, it looks all right. It's the darker colours, the red and the black, are quite. What's the word? Not patchy. Yeah, they're not like tightly packed, if you like. But it does. In the main, it looks all right. I couldn't go to one thread on 32 count all the time. I don't think I could. I prefer 2 threads. It's a shame they don't do a half thread, because that would be perfect. A 1.5 thread, I think, would be great. So this has been done on platinum, 32 count Platinum by Zweigart, and I am doing it with all of the called for. And yes, the called for are, look at the state of that, is both DMC and over dyes. I need more thread beds, basically. I've got, so that's why these are just chucked in. Chucked in. I have no doubt there are needle workers among you out there who are screaming, Sherrie, that's atrocious. Sort your stuff out. Sort your bloody out. And of course, I won't. I'll just carry on. I will just carry on. Okay, now this is the one that I was stitching last night that I was just in the zone. I finished work. I used to have a stitch out when I was working, and I would do it at lunchtime mainly. And then after work I would pick out a bigger cross stitch to do. I haven't been doing that recently. I've just been putting like a medium to big one out and just doing that one all the day. So I don't know whether, because I changed from, what was I stitching on during the day? Oh, it was me blessing sampler. It was me little Blackbird. So I did that at lunchtime, and I switched it out, and I got a different one out after work, and I just fell in the zone, and I don't really know how, but I did. So I'm doing Winter Rose Manor again. This is a restart. Started it on 32 count, 2 threads, didn't like it, so I'm doing, it's only 36 count, but it was because the fabric was right. So I'm doing it on 36 count Winter's Brew. Has it got, I can't remember if it's got an S on or not. Winter Brew, I think it is. By R&R. So what have I done? Well, bearing in mind I only did maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I've come down here, I finished this border, the green bit all the way down, and I've put in 3 full flowers, and these 2 I just did partial. The wood rose that goes in the middle is exactly halved, so I can get two flowers out of these. So I didn't want to start this because I'll wait until the wood rose is needed somewhere else. Yeah, I'm sending some of you in overdrive. No, Sherrie, you've got to do what you've got to do as you're doing it. But I don't want to waste half the thread. Well, I know, but you still should. So yes, and this border ends. I love Winter Rose Manor. There is no hives about borders meeting really, because there's 3 different borders. There's the flower one, there's this diagonal one, and then there's another sort of smaller, like cherry type flower, like balls. So it isn't the same backbone all the way around, so you don't have to worry about it meeting. So I did that, and then I've started on the fence because I couldn't decide. I said I wanted to come over to the house, but when I looked at it last night, I thought I want to get that border knocked out. So you can see I put my hoop around here and did that bit. I am loving this. Absolutely loving this. It's just suddenly got me heart. And it just goes to show, because I started my 32 count 2 years ago, and I wasn't even halfway through when I gave up. I am really, 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 really loving this. And I know I've said this before, but it's the fabric. If I get the fabric right, the rest of it just falls into place. So I'm doing this with all of the called for over dyes as well. Such a gentle palette. Now that I've got the now that I've binned the Weeks Dye Works Mulberry, so I haven't got purple in it anymore. But yeah, loving, loving, loving the fabric. So I need to order some 40 count R&R desperately, because loving, loving, loving it. Just needed a little breather. Put it back. Okie doke. So next one I worked on was Historical Sampler Company. And this is the Red Pot Sampler. This is another one where I've nailed the fabric and I'm loving it. Loving, loving, loving it. Loving it like that. Do you know, I was watching, well, I was doom scrolling on Instagram and a tune came up and it said it was the 30-year anniversary of this, and it was a rave song that I used to dance to back in the day. 30 years, and I was quite dumbstruck by that, like really quite dumbstruck by that. I mean, my daughter's 33. How does that happen? And I don't feel, and I know a lot of you out there will say the same, I genuinely don't feel 50 something. I just don't. So anyway, back to this. Back to cross stitch. So it's coming on. So this is I'm up to basically the last chunk. So what have I done? Well, I've finished the alphabet. This is the one I was up to on the Y that I was talking about. Oh, I haven't even done it. I knew there was. I've got to go back and do the Y and Z. God, Sherrie. I do worry for my sanity. I'm so pleased yous are all out there. And Melody, me chief life sorter outer. Yeah. So what have I done? Well, basically I've done this side and I've done I can't remember because I was doing the other ones as well. I think I've done half of these numbers and then I came down from the border from about here. So I've just done a little bit of the border and then obviously that, and I've done a little bit more of this flower in the middle. So I am not, I mean there's a lot more to go, but I am down to this bottom third really. Oh, that's right, and I finished this border over here that I was doing as well. So I'm doing this with called for, which is DMC 221. I got it as a kit, so I've got the thing. But yeah, you could pick any red over dye and it would look amazing. And I'm doing it on a Steinbeck 40 count. Yeah, 40 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax. I need some more of this. This is another fabric that I've fallen in love with. I don't know what it is about fabrics. Just, I like having lots of patterns, but oh, fabrics just bring that extra dimension to it, you know. Because as you know, I just like to stroke my fabrics. And I need my fabrics replenishing at the moment. And we'll talk about that in gifts. But yeah. I need some 40 count winter brew. and some more 40 count Steinbeck. I mean, I'm going to have some left. I'm going to have quite a good chunk left, I think. There's even enough on this side to maybe get some smalls out of there. So all is not lost yet. I've still got some Steinbeck to play with when I've finished doing this. I've niggled me back. I've tweaked a muscle in my back. I went to go out the other day, ladies. I went to go to the post office and I hurt my back trying to get in the car. So I never got there. Oh, but there's great news. Great news. We are getting a new post office and it is literally round the corner. So I may even go back to doing giveaways properly because I should be able to get to the post office round the corner. I just can't get to the main post office, which is away in the town. Which is a pain in the bum to get to. So that's brilliant news. And I cannot believe they're actually opening a post office rather than closing it. Everything's normally closing these days. So I think we've done very, very, very well. So next one. I just seamlessly go from one topic to the next, you know, as you do. All of these, what you call them, segues. I don't segue, I just go different topics. Can you keep up? Yes? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right, you're with me still? Yeah, I can hear you saying, yeah, Sherrie, we're as mad as you. Okay, so cricket collection, winter. I am loving this again. Do you know what it is? I just make myself out to be a liar, don't I? I've said to you, I've struggled. And then everything I've pulled out, I'm like, yeah, I'm loving stitching on this. I think it's because I am loving stitching on them. But I was much more antsy when I was stitching. So I was like doing a few stitches, then picking up my phone and doom scrolling and then putting it down and then doing a few more stitches and picking up my phone again. Do you know what I mean? I never got into that I forgot the world mindset. So this is where I am up to on winter. So what have I done since you last saw him? Well, the N basically. So there's a little hat on top of here that I've done. He just needs a little back stitch in to hold his bobble on, and I've done pretty much all of the N. And I'm doing this on 46 count Coffee Craft fabric. Loving it. Loving the 46 count. Really, really am. I'm just laughing because remember cast your eyes back to just before Christmas, and I had done the Bird Box one for my mum and dad for Christmas, Au fil d'Inequois, by Jordan Privé. So yeah, I had stitched it lovingly, and I went over to see them, can't remember where, and they've got it hanging up. It's pride of place beside the dining room table, so people can get up close and personal to see all the detail. So I did it on 36 count. And we were sad. And I was looking up at it going, oh yeah, it looks really nice up there and that. And my mum was like, yeah, I love the Santy house. I do love the Santy. I said, yeah, it's cute, that one. And my dad, if you do another one, Pet, could you maybe do it a little bit bigger so I can actually see it? Boom. Get back in your box, Sherrie. There's me thinking, I wouldn't care. I'd half wished I'd done it on 40 count because I thought they would appreciate the work that goes into doing something which is a little bit smaller. No. Can you just do it a little bit bigger, Pet? So I'm going to have to do some 40 count something, and not 40 count, 14 count Ada, and say, is that big enough for you? A bit like me and Alison when I was moaning about the over one. So yeah. So this is 46 count. So no, I'm not going to give this to me dad because he just couldn't see it. There's just no point. I give in. I do. I give in. I don't know. I don't know why that didn't really occur to me. Like that they'd not be able to see it. Because it did. Because I knew I was... Well, and I did say to them as they were opening it, I said, you might want your glasses on for this. So I was aware that they would need their glasses. So why I haven't thought to do it on a bigger fabric, I don't really know. Because I think it was Sarah sent me something through the post, and my mum and dad were cock-a-hoop about it. They thought it was great. And they were saying, stitches are so tiny. And they were really sort of waxing lyrical about her stitching. So I thought, yeah, I'll do 36 count. Should be all right. No. Can you do it a bit bigger? All right, Dad. All right, Dad. Okay, next one. Light of Winter. And this one, yes, I haven't fallen into it as much as Winter Rose Manor. And I'll tell you for why. It's because there's no sort of repetitive stitching. The border is beautiful, but you need to follow it. There's no sort of... There is a pattern, but it's quite big. So, I mean, other people might be able to follow it. I can't. Like, I can't just put the pattern down and forget about it. So this is where I'm up to on the Light of Winter. So what have I done? Basically, I've filled in this. I had done some of the bones of the green border here, so I've put the rest of the border in. Needs a Smyrna cross in the middle of these pink ones, but I'll probably come back and do them all at the same time. So I've filled in all the flowers. So that part, other than the Smyrna cross, that part is done, and this part is as well. I've gone in and put the little buds in as well. Come down here with the border. I had put in, I think, 2 rows of his wing up here. So I've put the rest of the angel in and started the other one over here. Done the two trees. I think there's another one. Yeah, there's another tree there to go in. I cannot wait to get to this house. It's just gorgeous. The bricks. And I'm doing this the same as Winter Rose Manor. I'm doing it on 36 count R&R. So I won't give it to me parents. Yeah. What have I come down now? Is that a bird? Yeah, a little red bird. I've come down. So that is that one. And I'm doing that again with all the called for, which are split again between DMC and overdyes. I don't know. I mean, I said this last week. Surely there's enough colours. Overdyes that you could pick overdyes for it. I mean, like your peach, you'd have sanguine, weeks sangria. That is kind of similar to Peapod, Classic Colourworks. So I don't know why I don't know why. If anybody out there knows why, I would be most interested to learn. That is that one. Oh, hang on. I'm in the wrong bag. Nearly put him away with winter. I would have been looking for a little while if I'd done that. And last one, last whip. We're on 7:05, so that isn't too bad. And this one. My Snow Queen. I'm excited about seeing this one because I've said this before. I don't see them really. Because I do my Snow Queen on a Saturday usually, so by the following Saturday I've forgotten what I've done on her. And plus, when you're stitching, you're sort of head down in it. You're not actually sitting back and looking at it. So and you see the sparkle. So what did I do? Well, I finished this bloody Whisper. God almighty. If I never have to stitch with Whisper again, that would be too soon. So yes, I finished the Whisper down here. So that is the bulk of the stitching all done. There are odd stitches as I go that I'll need to fill in, but now we are into the beading. You can see it looks amazing. So there's all this down here that I've put in. You can see all the sparkle. So I've done that. I've come down to here. It's all beads. These are all beads. So there's 3 stitches I've got to go back for a thread, and I'll do that before I do any more beading because I'm being dead good now. But yeah, I'm chuffed. You can see the sparkle. Because you cannot oh, you maybe scan a little bit. See all the beads over here. I've done these though. These had all been done. The only one, because I've said I'm doing everything as I go. I'm not leaving anything behind this time. I'm not saying I need to go back and do those stitches. I'm doing everything as I go. So I do need to do those stitches, but it's because I haven't finished that bit as much. What the hell was I going to say? I was talking about them. I'm doing it all as I go. Oh, that's right. Apart from, yeah, her earring. She's got it's a treasure. It's a Mill Hill treasure. So for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's just basically a bigger single bead. Well, it's a bigger bead, so you usually use it singular. So I've got, and it's a bigger one to go in there, and it's going to look amazing. So I'm going to leave that one till last. And I've got the same down here, and this is where I stopped on the reindeer. I did all the beading, and I was about to put, there's some treasures that go along here, and I put the first one in and thought, oh, it's beautiful, but they're much bigger beads. So while I'm still using my hoop and everything, I'm not going to put them in. So I took that one out, but it looked incredible, and it just really finished it off. So I am specifically leaving the treasures until last. But as for everything else, it's getting done as I go. So now that I've done this bit, I'm going to move into her braid, I think. I've just said I'm doing everything as I go, haven't I? And I'm about to just totally contradict myself again. If it becomes, because the braid's quite intricate, so if my eyes get too tired, I might come down here. So down here, there's a whole load of, can you see how it's like patchwork? It's like 4 stitches. Well, there's all the beads to go in that are just like 4 stitches. So this is very methodical. So I'll be able to zone out a little bit with that. So if I'm struggling here, or even when I get to this bit, there's quite a lot of beads and random stitches coming along here. So if I get to the point where I'm kind of sick of counting, but I don't want to put it down, I will do those ones. She looks amazing. Doesn't she? Ah. Oh. And all the cry neck. I don't know why it's suddenly glittering this week. It hasn't glittered before, hasn't it not? I must have the light in just the right place for it to pick up the bling. I mean, there's still a way to go, but the beading was quicker than I expected it to be. I don't want to get excited about finishing it, but equally, I'm getting excited about finishing it. Can't help myself. It's been on the go for so long. And I don't think, well, I never thought realistically I would get to the end of it. And I've said this before as well. I thought I would get maybe a third of the way through and then just be overwhelmed and put it down and never look at it again. So I'm genuinely quite amazed that I'm getting to the end of it. So I'm doing it on the called for Wishelt Twilight or something it's called, with all of the, sorry I've got the hiccups, with all of the called for JMC and Cryneck, Currant Water Lilies. Everything that is requested is on there. So that's the end of me whips. So I've just got gifts. I will be one memento. Hooky doke. We're doing quite well this morning. After me struggling start, having to change my clothes because I'd slurped me Ribena like the bairns. Okie doke. So I got from Rachel, I got my threads of the month. So we got chili pepper, chocolate cream pie, I like this one, chocolate mousse, cherry tomato, and Chesapeake Bay. It's quite a nice blue as well, like a real stormy blue, because I'm all about the blues. And my week's dye works were caper. These are smaller, I need my glasses. Oh, this is a pretty one. Calypso, Camellia, that's a nice word. Camellia, I'm going to have to look that up. Candy apple, like that as well. And cantaloupe. Oh, and this one. I love this. Cape Cod. I love this. I'm going to have to get some more of that and do a mono what you call it stitch. Where have I just put my classic? Oh, there they are. can say I've literally just had them. So, and I got through the post my final Stitchery embroidery, which is a Hellebora. Hellebora? Yeah. So that was my final one. I need to look for my final cross stitch as well that I must already have. I got these off Rachel. Merry Christmas from Teresa Cogut. These were gifts off Rachel, I should say. I don't think she got them in the shop. And Deck the Halls. Which are fab. I ordered some... there's been a bit of a drama. You remember the Garden Gate drama of last year where nobody could get it for love nor money? Well, we've got another drama, which is Antique Black, Gloriana Florimel. So I ordered from Peakside. I needed some more for me 9 medallions that I'm doing. So I ordered it from Peakside. And I got some patterns as well. This is what came. This is Gloriana Antique Black, which is exactly what I ordered. I needed Gloriana Florimel. So I went down a rabbit hole of what is the difference? Can I just use this anyway? Just unreal. So I went on to Letitia's shop, Corrie's little shop, and that was where I originally got the silk from, because it was Aquith that I got it. And she hasn't got any, but she's got an order for them coming in. So I was like, right, that's fine. So send me the invoice and I'll just pay it anyway. So I did that, and I've got a fabulous new pattern kit coming, which I can't wait to show you, but that's not here yet. So she's got them on the order. And then I found a thing online, because I was like, well, that's it, what's the difference? Now it turns out the difference is the Florimel is richer and has a sheen to it. So that's the difference, basically, is the sheen. It's pretty much the same colour, but it hasn't got the sheen. So that was what my research found. That's the difference between the two silks. And when I was on the Gloriana website doing all this research, it had a list of stockists, and I found that West End Embroidery in the UK stock Gloriana as well. So I went onto their website, and of course they've got it. So I've ordered it again. So I've got 2 of these non-sheeny silk. I've got 2 Florimels on the way from Letitia, and I've also got 2 on the way from West End Embroidery. What a bloody... So I was in Peakside, and while I was there I couldn't just order threads, could I? So I got Forget Me Not, Erica Michaels, because I've totally hijacked, well I haven't done it yet, but I'm totally hijacking. Sarah Stonehouse is we're doing the Blackbird, like I said, the monthly Blackbirds. And she's also doing a berry a month. And now I've never made berries. Every year when Michelle does our berries for Wimbledon, I keep thinking, yeah, I'll do it. And I've never gotten around it. So I am going to hijack it. So I think I was just all about the berries and the blues. I love this. Winter cartouches. Again, it's all about blues. So Erica Michaels as well. I got Lily Bates as my name. I flippin' love this. And there's the back. Needlework press. Love, love, love that. And I also got this because it was on sale. Another one of the Prairie School Santas, Redwork Santas, and this is 102, book number 102. It was on sale. It was, oh, do you know, it's just been so lovely being able to order stuff again. It really has. I got this. Now, I've just printed this out. This is in PDF. So I got this from Tiny House Studio on Etsy. I am not a bird stitcher. I'm just not. But somehow, I just loved this. It's been in my cart for weeks because I wasn't allowed to buy it. So I finally bought it, and I just fell in love. So it's Tiny House Studios on Etsy. This one, I cannot remember where I saw it, but it is called Bonjour, and I'd like to tell you who it's by, but I don't know. Let me have a look and see if I can find it. No. Hang on. No, I can only find, it's called Atelier Bonjour. I can't remember where I saw this, but I was having a little bit of a thing on my phone. Now, on my phone, I've got a lot of pinned tabs. I had 56. All different cross-stitch stuff. So, different shops. Yeah, one's patterns that I'd seen, and this was, so I was having a little bit of a clear out on me Chrome, and this was one of them, and I was like, oh, I forgot I loved that. Why haven't I bought it? So I went and bought it. I just loved it. And this isn't normally my thing, but yeah, I just love it. It's obviously the blues that have attracted me to it. And I got some fabric. So I got this. I love this. Because you can never really tell, can you, online. So this is Prehistoric by Fox and Rabbit. Love this. This is like a, it's like a grey, bluey, silvery. Love, love, love. Love this. So, is that it? It's been, honestly, I got so excited when I started shopping. I was like, oh my god, this is great, because I was putting things in my cart and thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to, I'll leave it there for a while, I'll leave it, and then I remembered I don't have to, I'm allowed to buy it again. I was like, yes, there is a God. I've been looking at Nashville. Oh yes, so excited. So, I did do something else as well. Now, this is what I was going to talk about last week, but I had forgotten. Retreats. I've booked a couple of retreats. So, I'm going with the Sampler Guild, who's run by Linda Haddon. And I am going to... That was a bit weird. I'm going to... It's just called a chill retreat, or a stitch and chill retreat, in September, and I've also booked the Halloween one in Halloween. I was going to say in November. I think it's over Halloween weekend, I think. And I quite like the sampler retreats because they tend to be longer. You go like the day before and you leave the day after, which is what I do normally for retreats, because my body's not great at turning itself around in a quick period of time. So if you're interested in any of their retreats. Now, remember I went to Ackworth and she's just crossing the T's and dotting the I's. But this year they're going to do a one to Norfolk and to see like the Norfolk samplers. And I want to go to it. I really want to go. So it's in the vein of Ackworth, but she's going to arrange like visits to museums to see the samplers, and then a couple of days of different talks going on. And it'll be Monday to Friday the same way Aquath was. But it's at the beginning of October, so I've got one at the beginning of September, I've got one at the end of October. So it would be